everyone, your friendly neighborhood cat is back with another Sims 4 speed build. So today we are going to do a Barbie house. I was sitting at work and I know in The Sims people have, in every single Sims game that I can remember, I've seen at least one person make a Barbie dream house, but it was I never saw one like this, and it just kind of popped in my head. I know pretty much every child had one. My dad made me a cute little Barbie dream house type thing. And the whole front of it was open, of course, and sometimes they had hinges where they could close up. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna build that. And I was gonna keep it all glass on the front, but I decided not to. So yeah, I was kind of inspired, I guess you could say, and I went for it. I actually really like how this build turned out. Unfortunately, it didn't work as a house the way that I had it with those stairs collapsed on top of each other. I honestly didn't think that would be a big issue, but apparently it is, so that sucks. But I went in and fixed it off screen, and I also added a garbage bin and a sink in the kitchen because I failed to add those the first time I did this. Yay me. I'm so good at building things, you know? But yeah, so I do change it up a tiny bit, just the staircases, so pretty much just the right hand side. I actually make it one more wider, I don't know, front to back wide, I guess you could say. So longer in the lot, if that makes sense. But I think you'll see it in the screenshots. I actually don't know if I fixed it before or after the screenshots, because I did end up moving a sim in. I made my own Barbie, you know, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so I made a Barbie and moved her in just to see and make sure that everything was working, which it pretty much does now that I fixed it. Thank goodness. I would have been so sad if this house wasn't livable or playable. I did sketch this first. I was thinking maybe I'll put oh, I'm gonna sneeze. 1 second. Jeez, that was probably sounded really gross in the mic, but sorry guys, I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I was thinking that maybe I will put in I want to call them blueprints, a photo of what the sketch looked like when I did it on paper. I think it does look a little bit different maybe. I don't actually know. Of course, when you draw things on paper, they always turn out different when you finally translate them to The Sims. But yeah, I'll put the little photo up in the top corner of this video when I'm done editing it. And I was originally just gonna use base game stuff, but you know what? I bought the expansion packs and I'm not gonna let them go to waste, so this doesn't have, this has other things in it. It's not all just base game, although you could easily, download this house or whatever. Actually, I don't know if you can download things without having the expansion packs. Maybe not. But, I could put, an empty version of this house on the gallery, or you could build your own, and then you can kind of furnish it however you like. I do end up having to re-put that car in there, too. I end up putting the lot on, stilts? On, a foundation, that's what it's called. Not on stilts. Stilts are Island Paradise Sims 3, I feel like. And this is not going to be a starter home, as you can tell. I'm pretty sure at this point it even is, over the starter home mark. Pretty expensive stuff. Actually, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But yeah, just kind of figuring out the layout. It was kind of hard to do because all of the windows and doors had to be on the one end. And yeah, I guess that's it about furnishing it. It was a lot of fun. I almost want to do another style of build like this. It reminds me of this game. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but I think it was called Hotel City or something like that on Facebook. And it had stackable rooms. You could buy little hotel rooms. You could stack them on each other in the game. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but if you did, that's what this reminds me of. Unfortunately, the the company, I think it was called like Playfish, they ended up like getting rid of the game because they ended up selling out to another company, I think is what happened. They also had the game on Facebook called Restaurant City, which I also really enjoyed. But yeah, enough about that. I feel like I'm talking about a bunch of random different things today. Probably better than my usual videos though, where I don't talk about anything and you guys just hear me be awkward for about 12 minutes. I struggled a little bit with, I don't know, I didn't want this house to be like obnoxiously pink. None of my Barbie houses my tummy is growling really loud right now, but none of my Barbie houses as a child were super pink, and like I don't know, I feel like it looks really tacky when you have too much pink, so I tried to keep everything light and then have some really strong pink colors. I feel like it still gives you the definite Barbie house vibe, of course, because the whole front face is open. I don't even end up putting glass or anything there. I just keep it open. It's so much fun to play in. I was kind of just playing around with Barbie, and I think I might do a little let's play because it's so much fun. You literally can see her like walk up the different levels and you don't have to change your camera. Oh my god, it's just fantabulous. But yeah, so that's about where I am with this. Another cool thing about this is, like, it's really nice to see. Usually when you build a house, like, I'll try to describe this the best way I can. Usually when you build a house, it doesn't really like flow, like the colors and concepts throughout the house doesn't flow. But I feel like when you do a house that's all open face, you can see every single room at the same time. Whereas a lot of the times you can't do that. I mean, of course you could do that if you were looking down at it or if you just kind of had all the walls down. But I feel like the overall look and design of the house flows a lot better than some other builds that I've done in the past. It also was a little bit hard to furnish. I, of course, wanted to get like dressers and everything in. I felt like it wouldn't be a finished house without the dressers. And I had a little bit trouble. I wanted a baby room. And I think in the Goth's house, their baby room is like up in the attic, maybe? Am I crazy? I always feel like there's a baby room up there. I think I'm crazy. I don't think there actually is. I don't remember. But yeah, so I was like, I could put it in the attic, but I was like, you know what, that's a little weird. So I end up doing something else coming up here, I think in the next minute or couple minutes. And I end up just making another room, which you'll see what I end up doing. I use like half walls and make a little cute nursery, which turns out pretty good. I end up really liking that. I also learned that you cannot scale up windows very well in The Sims 4, which makes sense, because when would you ever need to do that? And that's when I got rid of the car. I ended up putting in a different car, or I think the same car, but I ended up putting it back in, so. And putting in some posts to make it just look more supported and realistic. I wanted the attic to have like a little bit of junk, but since it's a Barbie house, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my Barbie house had like no furniture in it. I also had like really weird characters. Like, I never had a Ken doll. I always had like action figures. So like, I think I had like Superman and Spider-Man. So Barbie always dated them in my games. Well, in my games, not really my games, but in my Barbie house. And my dad actually made like little wooden shingles and did like one after another on the roof. It looked really cute. And then we just used like giant square tiles for it. I don't know, it's kind of fun making a Barbie house. I mean, it was not even a kind of fun, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, this is me just kind of throwing in that cute little nursery. I couldn't decide if I liked the curtains up. Now that I think back to it, the curtains did look good, but it was a little bit too cluttered, and I want this to be really easy to play in, so I get rid of it. I'm excited about how Kelly's room turned out. I just think it's cute. It's like a typical youngin' room, I guess you could say. My room was done in all pink when I was a kid. I really like the color pink. Now I really like the color red and blue, so, and I'm definitely not girly. I never was girly as a kid either, is the thing. I always liked to play in mud. Like one time we had our Our neighbors actually in their backyard had a swimming pool, and they just finished laying down like a bunch of potting soil around it to get the grass to grow. I guess not really potting soil, but like really fertile soil around it. And we sat on the edge of the pool. It was just one of those blow up ring ones, and literally it flooded the backyard, and there was so much soil everywhere, like just in our hair. We were literally covered black head to toe. It was insane. Also a lot of fun though. I think it took like weeks to get the dirt out of my fingernails, which was awesome. But yeah, I was never like super into Barbie. It was really cool when I got my own Barbie house though, I can definitely say that. I was pretty stoked on life. I mean, I was more into like The Sims as a child, so whenever I did want to play Barbie, I'd just end up playing The Sims. I remember the first time my dad brought a computer home. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about that, thinking back to like the first time I played Sims. But like even thinking back to the first time my dad brought a computer home, holy crap. Those things were like colossal. And now I'm like playing Sims on like my super thin laptop. Even the laptops when they first came out, holy, so big. Like just ridiculous. You still can get laptops that big, usually for gaming more so, but just crazy big. My friend actually has a laptop. It's literally the size of a desktop computer. It kind of makes me wonder, like, why don't you just... My stomach is still growling. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's like so loud. But the thing I don't get about super giant laptops is why don't you just get a desktop then? Because you literally have all these cords and all these things to set up with it so it doesn't die and things like that. It's just like, if you're gonna get a laptop that big, why not just get a desktop? But I see the thrill in like wanting to move around and game. That's why I play on my laptop. On like long car rides, which I go on so frequently, I literally just play Sims for like 8 hours. It's awesome. And here we are moving into the screenshots. Anyways guys, I hope you like this build. If you do, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye guys!